Anna Gret Asi leads Oklahoma State women's basketball to blowout of Kansas State. Style of ATR. Leading up to Saturday afternoon's home game against No. 9 Kansas State, J.C. Hoyt talked about Michael Jordan's flu game. No, the Oklahoma State women's basketball coach didn't institute a mandatory binge of The Last Dance. The Cowgirls just knew they were going to have their own flu game. As Hoyt said post-game, her team got wiped out with the flu, so several players who played Saturday were coming off a bye week with 0, 1, or 2 practices. One of them was guard Anna Gret Asi, who practiced twice before scoring 24 points, all of which came from 3-pointers, in the Cowgirls' 85-55 victory against the Big 12 Conference's best squad. Being sick was never an excuse for them. Not one time, Hoyt said. In fact, we kind of spun it, and we talked about the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. I have to give my kids a hard time. They all think LeBron James. But we talked about his flu game, and we just said, hey, we've been writing these amazing stories for ourselves all year long, and today we get to write another chapter. It's just got a little bit of adversity, and that's the fact that we all had the flu and were sick, and they took it and they ran with it. Especially for Asi, she had her flu game. The win pushed OSU's season record at Gallagher-Iba Arena to 14-1, and it came in front of 5,178 fans, the largest since Hoyt was hired on March 20, 2022. Although OSU students taunted the Wildcats with overrated chants toward the end of the fourth quarter, Hoyt nixed that narrative in her post-game message to fans, citing K-State's legitimate talent. That's a damn good team, she told fans. The Cowgirls are a damn good team too. Here are 3 takeaways from the Cowgirls' victory. Asi couldn't help but smile while backpedaling her way down Eddie Sutton Court. She had already connected on 3 3-pointers and was spearheading the Cowgirls' dominant first quarter. And after taking a screen from forward 10 in Magassa, the senior guard noticed Magassa was rolling toward the hoop with inside position and an open lane ahead of her. So, Asi didn't just throw a lob pass. No, that wouldn't have matched the showmanship of her threes, which forced 2 K-State timeouts and sent a bolt of energy through the GIA crowd with every make. A no-look pass, though? Yup, that sure matched Asi and the Cowgirls' vibe, who led 31-9 after the first quarter. For some reason, every year I've got sick around this time, Asi said, and every time I come back, it's been a good game for me. For the last 7:41 of the quarter, the Cowgirls outscored K-State 26-3. Asi's 9 points were second behind guard Micah Gray's 10, and star guard Staley Hurd wasn't far behind with 8 points after 10 minutes. The Wildcats' slow start was uncharacteristic, to say the least. Entering Saturday as the nation's 4th best shooting team from the field, they shot 2 of 14 in the first quarter and finished 19 of 61. It wasn't much better from deep, as the nation's 3rd best 3-point shooting team finished 8 of 28. So when K-State couldn't make shots, OSU, 19-4, 9-3 Big 12, seized the moment, shooting 12 of 17 and 7 of 11 from 3 in the first. We got out of sorts. I did not think mentally we were really sharp, and it ends up allowing them to obviously separate from us, and there's not much coming back from that, K-State coach Jeff Mittie said. When Gray, who finished with 19 points, hit her first of 2 free throws with 7:40 left in the second quarter, the Cowgirls had already scored more points than they did in their ugly 54-37 loss to their No. 21 West Virginia last Saturday. After ripping off 4 straight wins, including a 60-59 victory against their No. 9 TCU, OSU's momentum came to a halt. In return, a No. 25 ranking kept it hanging onto a national ranking. That West Virginia game, I think, was a fluke on our part, Hoyt said. Sure looked like a fluke against the Wildcats. K-State, 22-3, 10-2, was handed its second road loss of the season. In a way, there wasn't much the Wildcats could do once they started cold. A buzzsaw of an OSU offense started early, and despite slowing down at points, the Cowgirls never let up on their lead. Aside from OSU's hot shooting and limiting K-State's offense, the Cowgirls also increased their rebounds, 37-53, and assists, 2-18, and decreased their turnovers, 21-18, from the WVU loss to Saturday's win. From 2014-17, Hoyt was on the Wildcats staff as an assistant. She left Manhattan to become Kansas City's head coach and was later hired by OSU. Now, almost 8 years after she left K-State, she defeated the coach who hired her from Nevada, Mitty, and his 9th-ranked squad.